Hey, this is Matt. I'm taking a look at FRCMQ, Fairpoint Communications. It's a bankruptcy play. It's a play we actually used to play back when it was FRP. We played on the big bounce down here when it went when it filed bankruptcy. Right now I'm looking at it because it's in a classic kind of consolidation. See this little rounded look it's starting to take on. It's setting up resistance at 0.05 right through there. That's what we're looking for it to break. You can see all the moving averages outside of the long term, the 200, have converged. The PZAR is still on top. We're looking for the flip. See the Bollinger Bands are starting to pull back together. I'm not sure if they'll get quite back together. So have to consolidate for quite a while for these bollies to actually get tight again, like this sort of tight. See how they tightened up here? That tells you a bigger move is generally coming when Bollinger Bands get tight. In this particular case, the break was down. Doesn't tell you which way. It just tells you a bigger move is typically coming. So these are starting to tighten up a little bit. I just like the look of this rounded bottom. The other indicators, um, they don't play as great of a factor, but the big thing is that they're have room to move again. RSI is looking good. Your MACD is trending right at the money line. PPO on an upward trend, trending towards zero, which is good. ADX is set where it's getting in a position where it has plenty of room to move again. The MFIs that I use, you can see the shorter ones, the longer term, the 21 is still staying in a little bit of an upward trend, staying pretty solid. The lower ones have now made their turn and are coming back up towards it, hopefully indicating that a push north is going to come. Rate of change is going to stay slow right now. Accumulation distribution is pretty flat. CMF, nothing special either. But what's going on with all these is there's all kinds of room to move again. See the full stoves back down and bottomed out. Has plenty of room to move north again. Tricks you'd like to see trending towards zero, which it is. This little overlay that I use is actually not looking that great with the PPO heading downward, but that's still not terrible. You're going to see after a nice little move like this, I mean, it was a four bagger coming through this move. It's going to push all the indicators pretty high typically, so they're going to have to reset through this uh, consolidation. Anyway, I think this is one to keep on radar and see if these bollies can start to tighten up. We can get the flip of the PSAR and these moving averages. I like them being all tight like this. I think a bigger move is coming here for FRCMQ. Of course, being a bankruptcy play, pink sheet now, it's a little bit riskier as BK plays typically always are, but I feel the setup is pretty nice. This may have a chance to, if it makes the move, first thing we're going to look for, of course, is to come through and take out that old high, probably somewhere around 9.092, somewhere around there, and then hope we take a run at the solid, 10-cent area. This gap I wouldn't be too concerned with. It's typical of, the kind of news they must have taken on with the filing of the bankruptcy. I don't look at that as much as, oh, it's got to fill that gap. That's not always going to happen with this sort of bankruptcy play. Possible, yeah, but not something I really hang my hat on. So anyway, keep an eye on FRCMQ. I think this is one that could be a profitable play for a lot of people.